Test. Okay. This is just like a quick rant slash vent video. Probably too random because of all the stuff I do online. Just click off, you don't want to hear it. I just want to like have a quick talk about this whole art career thing. So for context, I'm 17 years old, just like a kid, drawing art as a hobby other than just playing video games with my friends and goofing around, like stuff I normally do on a daily basis. I most probably don't even have a say in this because I only spent 4 years in art and trying to make myself like some big shot out there saying random shit for people to see. But I'm just like gonna say my thoughts about it. Like thoughts about it, talk about the whole why I'm trying to rant about a career where I seriously cannot see a future I can achieve in. As from earlier, I'm a kid that lives in Singapore, having graduated from O-level recently and not being very academically smart at all. Cut to the chase, I cannot get into an art course in poly, which I planned instead of JC, and I'm someone who, although taking art somewhat seriously about 4 to 5 years ago, really found art a very ambitious course to study despite all those AI art, animator, burnout, and shit and stuff, But it looked like a course where I can like learn to express my feelings more through art. So it's like, to me, art is like a universal language. It's like poetry, but more of a visual side instead of bringing it on the text. So for me, art is like a thing where I can inflict my emotions and creativity into it. Although I kinda find myself losing them and myself in the process, but they can help me speak things where I cannot speak for myself in words. As they say, like some like image speaks books or something. But that's that. But this is the whole reason why like art courses in poly really caught my attention. During my O-level period during my Set 4, there's an application called EAE, which stands for Early Admission Exercise. For those who didn't know, it's a process where you make a portfolio and prepare for interview and try to apply for courses early, and if they accept you practically get a guarantee into the course you wanted as long you get below 26 points for O-level, which the lower your score is, the better it is, because it is marked by the grades added together. So back to EAE, when I saw the course I wanted to enter, and I saw like if I didn't use EAE to enter, the points required were like 8 to 12 points. And in poly, they were marked by L1, B2, R2, where JC is marked by L1, R4, if I remember correctly. L1, B2, R2 means language 1, best 2, and related to language 1 being one language, best 2 means best 2 subject, and related to being the 2 relevant subject for the course. So when I saw the requirements, knowing like I'm an idiot and stuff, that can't be good, like cannot be like good at academic because of all the recent studies I did and like getting bad scores for it, I needed to like make use of EAE to get this opportunity to enter the art course, which I cannot get because seriously their score is way too low for me. It's too hard for me to even get in, like if I were to study. That was my thought also. So when I first so it's like when I try to use the EAE, I make portfolio, I spend time trying to do it, like interview, at the end, it failed miserably. So when I first got it, it was kind of devastating. It made me think if it was me being nervous during the interview, or my portfolio is outrageously horrendous and stuff. It's very bad. It's like that's all I can say. But during one day isn't gonna do anything. So to me, what's the best next move to do? Well, is to just get good grades. Maybe I have an opportunity to enter the art course. But guess what? When it comes to the day of getting my O-level result, I got 23 points. 23 points. That's like a whole 11 points away from it. Is yeah. 11 points is so far away. So it's like I remember just being there, still like I pushed, grinded. I tried studying. I studied. I tried my best for O-level already. I gave my 100% already. So but getting this score is like, nah. I can't get in. There's no way I'm getting in. So like if this score is like, it's considered like some of the worst score you could get. So it's like with this score I can only go into like engineering course. So for my course now is common engineering. This is like practically A maths and stuff. Which for math, I mean math is fun, but I don't really have an interest in it. Like I don't really have a passion for math because of like it's mostly because like like in Asia you like are taught to do math, this and that, and then with all the saying like, oh, math is the way to go, math is the way to go. But then slowly it just becomes, it feels like you're just studying for them, you're not really studying because you love math. Like it's like you can find math fun, but it just like really stick to you because you associate it with doing it for other people. But that's that. So yeah. But at the end, it's like a very devastating moment for me until now, because my whole study path, like which kind of dictates your whole career, is not going in the path that I want, because well, I can't go into art course. But here's the part where I want to talk about this, like this whole art career. The whole reason why I even make this stupid video, so I can like write to people to like some victim ass or something stupid, I don't know. But to summarize, I got bad grades, couldn't enter the course that I wanted, and entered a course that I don't really enjoy. And now I'm here just waiting for poly, or you can call it school, to open, which is like about like 7 days from this recording. Yeah. But cut to the present, one thing really still stuck with me this whole time. My portfolio. From earlier, I talked about EAE, which if you watched or knew about it before, you will most likely know. Until now, I have and still am constantly updating my portfolio, my art portfolio that is, and trying to make it better and stuff, make it more presentable, make it have transition and stuff. It's like making like a constant journal of your art progress, to like summarize myself, as if I were to like view this portfolio as an interviewer. But as I keep doing it, one thought really stuck to me. Why am I even doing this? Like, why am I still hanging on this art portfolio when I clearly can't even use it after poly, in military service, or like in the future? It's like so it's like that's when I realized I might seriously be unable to make art in the future anymore. Think about it. Sure, you can still push in time. You can push in time to do art after studies during poly, military, and stuff. But the moment you are a full grown adult that finishes all your studies, and you're like out there to do your full-time job, trying to make money, can you still make it? The inspiration, like your inspiration to use your art to inspire others, to convey your feelings, everything, just will be shut down because of some education, and you're like forced. Yeah, which I think you're most likely gonna end up working in that profession, which is engineering for me. It's like already settled down by the age of 17. For me, I feel like that's way too early. That's way too early to be setting down your entire life career already. Like, I'm not even ready for it. You know? But that is that. Education is one thing. I should probably just spend more time like planning ahead, but that's that. You can argue like if you still want to achieve like an art job slash career, even after your studies, even when you're doing a full-time job, you'll still be in a slower pace, but still possible that like still possible if you have like good time management and can like still grind your way throughout, you know. But I seriously don't think that's the case. Like it's way easier said than done. It's way harder to say than done, you know. Like because for one, like for my view, who in the right mind would have the energy to even do something else, like trying to grind their way into art career where they work all day, especially with how I see Singapore with their work culture. Like for what I see, all I see is every adult wake up, work, sleep, and then repeat. It's like it's extremely it's mentally and physically tiring if like I were to be them. Like I might be just like weak-minded and stuff, but it's like I seriously don't think that it is very possible, or you can even stay consistent with art if you just work every single day, come back home dead, and then you have like one day to like rest, because for what I see it's like people work 5 to 6 days, 6 days a week, you know. But sorry, I just like especially like info like left and right, so I apologize. I'm sorry for like all the bad phrasing and all. But seriously, I generally think like it is nearly impossible to even change your career, which has already been deadly set the moment you finish your O-level. So it runs all the way back to the question that started it all. Why do I still want to hang on this portfolio? Well, I mean, it is to prepare if you do want to enter art company, of course. Like, because since you don't have you can't even enter art course anymore. Well, maybe you can enter after military, but I doubt that's the case. But I mean, but you don't really need a art degree. You don't really need to study for art degree, because well, art jobs are not really locked behind a degree. You can technically join one without a degree and stuff, but for once, not having a degree means you need to be the exception, some GJK reference or something, I don't know. But it means you need a very extremely strong portfolio. Though this clearly meant you will obviously be competing against people who got more education on art than you self-teaching yourself. It's like you are comparing yourself who are self-taught and people who have gotten education, I would say proper education, from like from courses basically. But essentially from what I see, you need to be better when you don't even have a degree. You need to be better than people who don't have who you need to be better than people who have a degree when you don't have a degree. If you know what I mean. Which like but all these answers in the end would mean that for what I finalized is that when you can't even enter a poly course or any art course, you essentially don't have a degree or a cert, which like can make your life better, can make you enter a art company or job / career easier. Because for one, I'm pretty sure a lot of art company will just accept people with a degree more than people without a degree, because they spend 3 years or more studying in an art course, and it's like it's just way easier. So what does it mean? You need to have a stronger portfolio, you need to have a stronger art. I wouldn't say stronger art, but it's like you need to have a stronger portfolio essentially, such that they will take you in. And the way they will take, I feel like the way you take it in is if you have a portfolio that is stronger than people with degree holders. So that's my thinking up. That's my thinking. So what does this all mean? That means I need to do everything. I need to push as hard as I can. Everything before I reach my adulthood, which is working, becoming some crusty ass in the 20s, needing to work 5 to 6 days a week, come home dead, and has probably like no energy to even draw anymore, you know. So it's like you can see you can see the rush. I hope you can see the rush here. It's like you have like 3 years before you finish your study course, and then you have NS, then you need to start, you need to go work already. Like you have very less years, you have very less time to set up everything. It's like it seriously feels very rushed. So it's like with all the art thing, I feel very urged to improve my art and stuff. I mean, like it's good. It's just starting to really impact me because of like because of my worries about future. Like what if like I'm into art, but I can't work in the area that I am interested in. I can't draw as an art. Like I cannot work as an artist, you know. And then you're just there, you're being forced to work, and you probably won't even get to have art as a hobby. So it's like all this is very impacting me, you know. So it's like man, I'm 17. I have to do all I have to. It's like you have this much time, you have so less time to set out everything. I'm not ready for everything, bro. Like why can't everything just be the way it is, you know? Like is that you just have a really like man, I wish I was like younger, you know. But enough of that. Back to the point. It's kind of like seriously impacting my art, because every time I draw finish, there's always things where I look at it and I criticize myself. Oh, the pose is wrong. Oh, there's a missing there's a missing like feature, and stuff like that. But I mean, it's good to know which area is bad, which area you need to work on. But I seriously feel like I'm pushing myself too hard because I don't really get to appreciate my own work, and it's just met with criticism after criticism of my own self. And every time I see people work, I started to have a habit to study and analyze their work, and see if I can implement it. So it's like every single artwork you scroll on social media, you'll always see, you'll be like, this part I can probably use it, this and that. But when you study way too much, there's just too much stuff that you want to put into your art, and when it comes to drawing and finishing it, it becomes more frustrating, and more frustrating when you can't even do all those things that you see in other people's artwork that you want in your own artwork. Well, I see now that setting yourself too much goal, setting your goal way too high, and trying to achieve them just all in one drawing is clearly not the way. But it just makes me disappointed every single time when I keep studying and trying to put all of them into one, instead of like enjoying people art and progress, you know. So it's like self-criticism, but it's just too harsh. But yeah, try to make myself better every day. And looking to improve is okay, but it's like I'm like pushing to be like some master in 3 years with VR content, you know. It's like I seriously feel like I'm not improving fast enough, because it's like you don't have much time. You can't achieve something that you can make yourself pop out as an artist, you know. I mean, you can say that you can be happy with your own progress and stuff, but when you want to have another option, to have another future, you feel like you need to really show up. But it's very hard, especially like, I mean, look at outside. Just how many people are probably thinking about the same thing as you do. Probably like way more than I can imagine, you can imagine. You know? Like, I see so many artists pushing their way. You know, everyone's competing against each other. Which is yeah. I mean, I seriously don't feel like I'm improving fast enough, because I always think of like, wow, playing with my friends, I could have done art, or spending time resting and playing video games, I could have done more art. Maybe just art studies, you know, just full-time art. So like, maybe if I were actually interested, I think to myself, like, if I were very interested in art, I could have been doing all those instead of just doing something stupid. But I mean, if I say it like that, it sounds really harsh, but it's just how I feel, like how I think about it. I mean, it kind of sounds like art blindness, you know, when people say that you can say that it's art blindness, something where I like comparing people constantly and not my own self. But even that's the case, I can't even see myself improving for my previous art. My previous art is seen as a success which outbests me or something. It's like when you're making a good art, we feel like, oh, this is good. But the moment you make your next artwork, and you look at it, and look at your previous art, and you think to yourself, have I really changed? When you set a goal, and you look at overall, and you think to yourself, does the whole aspect of the art really change? Can you even feel it improving? Can you even feel the quality being better? You can't even know yourself, and sometimes it just feel like extremely like stupid and shit, because you can't, you don't know, or if you do know that your art didn't perform better than your previous, is very defeating. So it's like my own and other people's success is regardless still a reminder that I cannot improve much on something. Like I'm not improving as fast as I wanted to when I given so much time, especially when I'm in a holiday now. You know, because I graduated, there's like four months before my school opens. You know, it's seriously stupid. I've given so much time, but I cannot improve on the pace that I wanted. But that's enough yapping and stuff. But like, so it's like what's the whole take here? Like, I mean, making this video for, I don't even know why I'm making myself look stupid. But yeah, but I mean, I guess there are like one or two stuff you can take away from here, like some, oh my god, life motivation, something like that. I don't know. I'm just being retarded or something. But what can you take away from this thing, video, rant? I don't know. I mean, it's mostly just me victimizing myself. Could be some petty attention seeker or something. I don't know. But honestly, I can't really say for sure. But I feel that there are two things to take away: looking for your own bad habit and realizing it early before it crumbles harder in the future. So it's like seeing what is happening to you now and maybe what you can have done to plan for the future is a skill that I feel like a lot of people need to take, especially when people, you know, I mean, I can't really say it because like I also do it. I kinda like am being hypocritical, you know. But yeah, realizing your own bad habit early as soon as possible is a good thing to start off, because you know, because some people are probably some people might be too egoistic, or people might defend themselves, be like, oh, but I did this, I did that. But a bad habit is still a bad habit regardless, and to notice it is a really good feat to know. Another thing that you can probably still take away is like, if you know something bad is in your life, the next thing to see is what's the next best thing you can do now, and instead of complaining about it, say oh my god, and instead of like doing something about it, you know. So it's like chess or something. Instead of like when your opponent makes a good move, instead of like complaining like, oh, why you do this, and then you just worry there doing nothing, maybe the good thing is to see what's the next best move you can do now, not worry about the future, not worry about what they have done, you know. See what you can do now, focus on yourself. I mean, back to back, I can't really say it because I'm not even doing it. So it's like, yeah, you know. But the inspiration is over. So for closure, what's in it for me now? I mean, if I think about it now, maybe I can still find some kind of art career, like perhaps like now YouTube channel, you know, which is probably like a very common goal or some average goal from some 17-year-old person, or like make concept art so well that I can put in my portfolio. Maybe like in the future, maybe for some god known reason, some company be like, oh, this guy is so good, let's hire him. Which is, I don't think it's possible because for what, there's a lot of people competing, doing the same thing as me now, probably better than me now, instead of me doing here ranting and shit, you know. But honestly, I don't really have an answer actually for closure. Like, I mean, even if you ask me, if you, even you ask the future me in like 3 years or so, like after I finish my studies, I'll probably still say like, see what I can do now, see for the future. Nothing can change if I worry. So it's like, try to fix on what has been impacting me now, appreciate myself and all, and it's like, no matter how big you fall, a little step is still a step closer to my better self. So yeah. Also, like, side note, venting, saying random stuff out and condensing into like a closure, an answer for myself, it kind of really helps me see things on the bigger picture, you know. But yeah. What the hell? But yeah. Bye bye.